I'm one of the community managers for Twitch Adelaide community meetups. The other community manager is Chaos, who's right here behind me. Just want to, before we introduce our panelists who are taking selfies, I just want to tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do. So we're a community-based non-for-profit organisation who hosts meetup events for Twitch streamers and other content creators around South Australia. So you don't necessarily need to be a streamer to attend one of those. You can be a viewer, you can be a fan, you can be whatever. But yeah, we like to put on these meet and greet events for local streamers and local Twitch fans, basically. I can see we do have a few Twitch Adelaide people in the crowd today, so I appreciate you guys coming down and supporting us. Just to give, thank you. I just wanted to give you a bit of an idea on the influence of South Australian streamers. So collectively, within our community, we have an audience of 2.44 million followers. We've been viewed 123.6 million times. We've produced over 300,000 hours of live content, and we've been watched for 116.3 million hours. So you think about those numbers, they're pretty bloody huge, you know. And that's just streamers from little old Adelaide. We have a much bigger influence than people probably think that we do. Just quickly back to the events. The events that we host, they're free to attend. Our community is extremely welcoming and supportive. And if you're a Twitch streamer and you don't know about us, or if you're just interested in Twitch streaming, find us on our socials, join our Discord and connect with some of the many awesome local content creators, including 3 ladies that we've got up on stage. So I'll go from my left to right, your right to left. We have Always Ali. She's beautifully cheerful and candid. I didn't know whether to do the description first or the name first, so I'm trying to feel my way through this as well. Extremely talented and creative, and who's extremely worried that she's about to drop some swear words today. Next along is Peach Kachu. She's eternally happy. She works all day and streams all night, and I have no idea how she does that. And arguably the warmest and enthusiastic greeting to her chat on Twitch. And to the far end of the panel, we have Profound Rice, who's an entirely friendly and extremely energetic esports pundit, whose streams go from 0 to 10 in about a few seconds, and then back to 0 again, and then back to 10. So I'm going to do a little less talking now. We're going to get to know our panelists. We're going to throw them a few questions, and then we might open the questions up to you guys. And when we open the questions up to you guys, we've got some cool giveaways thanks to Ubisoft Australia. Any of the awesome questions get a little giveaway. Chaos gets to decide who gets those. That's basically how it's going to run. So, ladies, we'll just go down. We'll start at this end and go down that way. Can you just tell us who you are? Introduce yourself. Tell us what kind of content you create and how long you've been streaming for.
Oh, well, hi guys. I'm Always Ali, and I have been streaming for about 5.5 years now. And I stream a variety, but at the moment mainly just chatting and body painting.
You alright, Peach?
Testing.
Yeah, there.
Hi, I'm Peach Kachu, and I am a Twitch streamer. I've been streaming for about 5 to 6 years now as well. I do accounting by day and I content create by night, and I love it. I play a lot of games and I do just chatting. Yep.
Yep. So I'm Profound Rice. I've also been streaming for 5.5 years, like counting everyone else. I kind of want to see who's been streaming the longest. So I'm November 26, 2017.
It's entirely specific, that one.
No, you guys don't know you? Okay.
Like April, I think.
April? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. 2017?
Probably one of them.
18?
There you go.
Alright.
I had another account, so
Okay,
I
okay,
started,
okay.
yeah.
Alright, no, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
completely
and then I started over.
Did you get banned?
No.
There is no chance in the world Peach got banned.
Never know.
At the moment I've been streaming a lot of Valorant and Overwatch and League of Legends. But Overwatch has been my main game for the longest of times. Yeah. Did I answer? Yeah.
I think you did pretty
Okay.
well. Yeah, that's pretty good. Do you want to tell us? So League of Legends is your go-to? Is that or Valorant?
My go-to is usually Overwatch, but I'm sure if you guys have played Overwatch in the past, you're probably aware that Overwatch isn't as fun as it used to be, unfortunately. So while Overwatch has had my heart for the last 5 years, I cannot play Overwatch only anymore these days, otherwise I go a little bit crazy. So yeah, we spice it up with Valorant and League of Legends.
Peach, what about you? What's your favorite game? What's your go-to?
Well, that's a hard one. I've got a lot, but I would say Final Fantasy at the moment, and Dota and Valorant. Oh no, that's yeah. Yeah.
Ali, what are you playing at the moment?
Off stream, I play a lot of PUBG, and I'm a big Satisfactory gamer. I love Satisfactory. I used to only main Satisfactory on Twitch because I like building.
So, Ali, tell us what's your peak and pit of streaming? The best and the worst thing about streaming on Twitch?
I think the best thing for myself about streaming on Twitch would be the amazing community that I have. The people I've met and the people that are in our community are incredible people all around the world. You know, they fly in to Melbourne, to PAX, to come meet up, and they're just incredible people. I adore them. So I'd say that's probably the best thing about streaming. The worst thing would be a lot of hate. I get a lot of hate, but it's okay. You deal with it.
Your DMs are probably one of the darkest places on Twitch.
My DMs
probably.
don't get checked. So for anyone out there who decides you want to throw shade in the DMs, they don't get checked.
Peach, best and worst thing about streaming on Twitch?
The best thing is definitely meeting people from all walks of life. There's everyone from different backgrounds, ages, and I just love making genuine relationships, friendships, and I love that because at work it's a bit stressful, and I get to content create too. The worst thing I would say, or not the worst, challenging?
That's a much more diplomatic word than I use.
Yeah, challenging I would say, sometimes you get banned in chat, and then it's out of your control, and you just have to rely on your mods to help step in, yeah.
So my favorite thing about streaming is, okay, I've got too many things I enjoy about streaming. So whenever I generally like talking a lot. But that's not necessarily my favorite thing. I also like meeting people. I like making friends and everything like that. I love having this place where I can use all my energy up and not be judged for it. Because as a child, I was always really, really loud. I was that annoying one in the class that would always constantly ask questions like multiple times. And yeah, so having my stream is my safe place, my home that I can just talk and be myself. And people actually like me for it, which is kind of weird, I'm gonna be honest. Oh yeah, the thing I dislike. When people are mean, generally, it's just when people are mean. That's the most thing I dislike the most, because I'm there to have fun, meet people, make friends, and when people are there to make you sad or angry or frustrated or whatever, it just brings the mood down a lot, and it's like, well, what am I doing here? Why am I here if all I am is feeling sad?
Like it doesn't happen a lot, but when
No,
it
it
does,
doesn't.
like,
Yeah, exactly. It's
why
like,
are you doing this? It's
Yeah.
still the internet at the end of the day.
But I don't think it's a weird thing to get joy out of people liking you for who you are. I think that's a great thing about Twitch, is that you can go on there and be whatever self you are, and there's an audience out there for everyone, I think. So I wouldn't suggest that's weird at all. I think that's pretty cool. What we might do, we'll just sort of wrap up the getting to know you. any games on the horizon that you guys are really excited or looking forward to? Like what's coming out that you just absolutely can't wait for?
Starfield is
Starfield, yeah.
the Bethesda one.
Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Oh yeah.
Flight sim.
My, sorry, this is a boring story. My brother, growing up, absolutely wanted to be a pilot. He absolutely wanted to be a pilot, and he would sit at our family computer many decades ago, because I'm not really old, and he would sit there for hours, just like looking at the screen. I'd be like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm flying to Paris." In real time, I think it was Flight Simulator 95.
Yeah, well, it's upgraded.
Let's upgrade a little bit, yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I do a lot of flights to Melbourne and back.
Cool, that's great. All right, let's. Tell us. We're going to start talking about your Twitch journey. How did you discover Twitch, and sort of what was your first, not necessarily your first stream, but your first few streams? What did that look like? I'm going to go with Peach in the middle first. Let's spice this up a bit.
How did I discover Twitch? I was actually working for my boss. We didn't have an office yet. We used to work at Arena, just working on company, and then his friend that he brought along was watching the Chinese version of Twitch. And then I thought, I wonder if there's a Australian one. And that's how I discovered Twitch. Mm-hmm.
Bryson?
I don't remember how I knew it existed. I kind of knew it existed for a while. This was back when I first started playing Overwatch in 2017. And basically, my boyfriend at the time, he went away and he had better internet than me. And I house sat for him. So then I just used his internet and streamed on Twitch. And I was like to my friends, like, yo, what if I just stream? And like, yeah, go for it. So I don't know how I knew it existed. I just knew it existed and I thought it would be fun. And it's still fun, so yay!
Alec?
I actually had, I reckon it was my friend Sarah, or Artemis, on Twitch, if anyone knows her. She asked me, I reckon, to go over to her house. She was like, oh hey, I do this like streaming thing. Can you come do some like Halloween makeup? So my background's in makeup artistry and that sort of artistry. And she was like, yeah, can you come do like a whole bunch of Halloween special effects for my Twitch? Like, are you okay with that? I'm like, yeah, I guess. Okay, I'll come over, see what it's like. And I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It took me about 2 years, I think, after doing some streams with her to set up my setup, so I could at least get off dial-up and have enough internet to to be able to stream on. But we got there in the end.
What's your number one piece of streaming gear, Ali? What's the one bit of gear that you're like, I cannot stream without this thing?
A good camera. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Peach?
A PC. But no, in all
That's
seriousness,
cheating.
in all seriousness, this special light, a Logitech Lightra light for the camera, because I feel that the lighting is so important for the camera. It's the little square one. Yeah, the Litra Pro. I called it a Litra. Litra. Yeah.
For me, it would have to be my microphone. When I first started streaming, I had a little blue snowball, and it was really bad, especially with me, because I get really loud. I can go like real quiet, and then I get really, really, really loud. I'm not gonna get as loud as I usually get on stream for you guys, because you guys will have your ears blown out. So my current mic is so much better. It's an Elgato Wave, and it has so many good features in there, so I don't anymore peak my microphone. I'm a big believer in good sound quality makes people stay. If you have bad sound quality, it doesn't matter how good your visuals are, people will just close it because it's very harsh on the ears. But good sound quality, doesn't matter, you'll be fine.
I think you guys have touched on what is absolutely the most important part, is being able to be heard and lit up is so, and a reasonable camera as well is so important. Above almost anything else in terms of being seen on Twitch and being viewed on Twitch. They're absolutely critical. Ricey, tell us about, how do you get in the zone for a stream? Tell us about your pre-stream ritual. Do you have to psych yourself up, or is it just there?
So I have somebody here who's my moderator. I'm gonna ask my moderator, how often am I on time for my streams? Give me a percentage.
Yeah, probably about 1 in 5, I reckon.
1 in 5? I was gonna say negative 20% or something like that. Like I'm never on time.
Sometimes you do have a good day.
So on a good day, I'm actually early sometimes, you know, but basically I don't have a routine. If I had a routine, I'd probably be on time for my streams. So what I do is eventually I get on my computer, eventually I turn it on, and eventually I set things up, and eventually I go live. We just wing it every time, every day. It's all good.
And it's working, so why change it? Ali, what about you? Do you have a pre-stream ritual?
Stress, because I usually wake up from a nap and then go, oh crap, it's like 10 minutes till I start streaming. There's a lot of prep. Well, I have to, for body painting, I have a lot of prep because I've got to get the paints out, get the paints ready, I've got to wash my brushes, get the water ready, chuck on some makeup so I look half alive, and then tape things and paint things and get ready. So that's probably the biggest prep that I do on a Monday.
Paige?
I just have a nap, get up. If I'm feeling a bit down, I'll listen to my favorite song that makes me feel good. I don't know if you guys do that. Do you? No. And then sometimes I have to put my wig on, so that takes a little bit of time. But yeah.
Cool. All right. So Ali, you mentioned that one of your favorite things about streaming was community. What does the word community mean to you? Like, what makes your community and what makes it so awesome?
I would say my community, to be a part of my community, not they have to, but I appreciate people that are welcoming, open, friendly, can have a laugh, don't take things too seriously, because I never do. Yeah, I think they're probably like the main things that I would say like my community is, and that's what I strive to have a community that's like that.
Peach?
The community, I usually make a joke. I say I don't have friends in chat, I only have family. But to me, I love genuine, friendly people, bubbly. I like to laugh, as you can tell. I'm a giggle pot. And yeah, just making genuine friendships.
Rasi?
What about the community was the question?
What does it mean to you, and what makes you love your community, and talk about?
When I like that they're there for me, that I can have people to talk to. Basically, I just like people being there. I don't know. I like people.
Social butterfly.
I just talk, and if somebody can listen to me, that's a big tick in my book.
We're gonna open up the floor in just a moment. So if anyone wants to ask a question or has a burning question for the ladies on the panel, get it ready. And in just a moment, you can stick your hand up, and Chaos will run out and hand you a microphone. But while you just have a bit of a thought about that, can you, ladies, what's your favorite Twitch memory? Like, what's something that you've achieved, or a goal that you reached that just like was really important to you at the time? I'm going to start with Ali.
When I won Logitech Australian Ambassador, probably back in, I think it was like 2021, one of those times. That was a huge achievement for me. Yeah, and that was awesome, and I really enjoyed my time with them.
Peach?
I have a lot of memories. I usually embarrass myself a lot. Those ones stick out quite a lot. But I don't know which one to pick. I guess just being part of the community on Twitch and being able to participate in their events. So they have like Twitch ANC, Twitch International Women's Day on Twitch, and then they also had Twitch Subfest. I love being part of that. That was fun.
So I've been streaming for a long time, like they have as well. So trying to pick one is kind of hard. So I'm going to give you two. So the first one
No.
is not allowed. Oh shoot!
No, give us two.
Alright, so one of them is I did cooking. This was back in 2018. It's one of my first ever cooking stream. And I had the bright idea. I wanted to show my chat what was inside the pan. Because I had my camera like here, and I wanted to show them. I was going to deep fry some tempura. So I put the oil in the pan, and then someone in the chat was like, oh, 10 out of 10 pan stream, because I could only see the side of it. And I was like, well, you're right. You can only see the side. So I pick up the pan and bring it over to the camera, and then I tilted the pan so they could see inside. And the oil just went everywhere all over the floor. So I just broke out into laughter. And my partner at the time had to just clean it up because I was just laughing for the next 5 minutes and so embarrassed. So that's my most watched clip on my channel, that embarrassing time for me. But my other thing I wanted to bring up was probably my first ever charity stream. It was my first one, so I put a lot of effort into it, and it was like, I don't know, I felt like it was a really genuine moment for me I did so much stuff. I actually went crazy back then. I don't know how I had the energy. I did a 24-hour stream for it as well, and we managed to raise over $4,000, nearly $5,000 for it. And it was my first ever one, and I was like really small still. I mean, I think I still am small, but it was actually insane, like how the community got together and raised that much money, and how I managed to have that much energy to pull through for 24 hours straight. I don't know.
I'm going to ask. Sorry, I said one question. We're going to do another one really quickly. So what's next? What's your next goal? What are you really striving for now?
Wake up tomorrow.
Wake up. Okay, cool. Right. That's a good goal.
Stream tomorrow and have fun.
Peach.
What was the question?
What's the next goal? What's the next thing we're striving for?
I'd love to reach partner one day. I think, yeah.
Ali, what about you?
Right now I feel like I'm kicking goals, which is nice. I'd like to kick a few more goals, just in terms of just viewership, I guess, get some more views.
Or your followers are just going through the roof.
Oh no, popping.
At the moment.
I'll ride the train while I can.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to open up the questions to the audience now. If you've got a question, stick your hand up. Chaos is there with a microphone. We've got one right down the front here. Also, this goes without saying, please keep them kind and respectable, otherwise, because I don't want to have to cuss you out on stage. Ali's got hot sauce if I have to.
You haven't sworn yet.
Please, gentlemen down the front.
Hey guys, I noticed one of you mentioned the importance of audio.
Oh.
Yep, this is good.
Yep.
One of you mentioned the importance of audio and good quality audio before. I've heard of a few people getting some vocal coaching. Is that something any of you have explored in the past?
Vocal what, sorry?
Vocal coaching.
Oh, I want to, but that's mainly because I want to do voice acting myself. I don't think to be a Twitch streamer, you don't need to do vocal coaching. I mean, I think it'd be cool. So I want to maybe explore VTubing as well. And I think if you want to do VTubing, it's really all about your voice, right? Because you got a cute little picture and your only expression is basically through your voice. So maybe vocal coaching would be a really, really cool aspect to go through VTubing. But no, you don't need it. Unless if you want to, I don't see there's no harm. There's absolutely no harm. One of my favorite things to do in my Twitch for my community is doing an ara or those sauce anime lines kind of type thing, because it's really fun. But that's something I personally just want to do. It's definitely not necessary.
What about the other ladies? Do you have any experience with vocal coaching or?
I probably should. I have a karaoke redeem on my screen. So I'm not the best singer, so maybe I should do some voice.
How many points is the karaoke machine?
I think it's about 2,500 points.
Alright, I'm going to check how many points I've got. Ali, what about you?
Personally myself, I haven't. I would just rather subject everybody to listening to my terrible singing voice. Sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Have we got any other questions? Because if you don't, I've got more. I can ask more, but we'd love to hear from you guys.
We have a question here.
So,
She has a question.
My question is, I saw this hot sauce on your table. What is that for?
Ali, would you like to explain sauce?
I'll be quick, I promise. I am not swearing today. I'm keeping it PG. And I do have a redeem on my channel that you can redeem 10 minutes at no swearing time. And as a bogan Australian, like myself, I swear a lot. So I have taco sauce, but it's really hot, and I do hot sauce if I swear. I don't want to talk about it.
It's a slap on the wrist, basically.
I brought it today just in case. But I've done well.
Done very well, but we've still got 20 minutes to go. There's still time, is what I'm saying. Sorry, we do have a question down here.
This one's just for Ali. Mostly just curious when you're going to try some mustard nuggets.
Sorry, you might need just a little closer.
Just for Ali, just curious when you're going to try some mustard nuggets.
Mustard for nuggets. You is what I'm going to say. No, he's part of my community. I love him. Yeah, you look, maybe on the way home. You should have brought him today.
Have we got any other questions? Oh, there's one at the back there. What are mustard nuggets?
Are they nuggets filled with just mustard?
Nobody knows what they are. No, apparently, like, you can get mustard sauce at Macca's. I'm a sweet and sour gal myself, but mustard sauce with nuggets, and I'm not about it. But one day I'll do it.
I'd be mustard nuggets.
Oh, there you go. Oh, well, that's two people.
There we go. So we've got a question at back here.
Just a quick question. What's your go-to accessory for stream?
What peripheral? I think.
You don't mean. I was gonna say my bow. You don't. You meant
Are we
peripheral.
talking technical or aesthetic?
Aesthetic.
Aesthetic. Okay.
Yeah, my bow these days. Generally, I sometimes forget it, but yeah.
I'd say my pink wig, but also
wig.
these ears. I love wearing them.
Your ears, are they on forward this today?
Are they on? Oh,
Are
yeah.
they on forward? Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Just so we had you. Was it this week that you had your ears on backwards?
So I think for a good hour, my headset was on backwards and I was playing R6 and I was like, oh my god, they're behind me. And then someone in chat said, are your headset backwards? And I thought, and I touched them because they got ears on them. And I touched them and they were backwards. I was so embarrassed.
All right. Ali, what's your aesthetic?
Kind of impressed. Oh, Dan, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe me lashes.
They're gorgeous.
I don't. Just lucky if I'm sitting there with clothes on. Who's wearing pants? And I'm a body painter. That's what I meant by the clothes off story.
Is there much confusion about people who think you don't wear pants?
People don't think I have legs.
Okay.
That was the thing. People also don't think I have a belly button.
We're just going to assume that you do have legs and you do have a belly button.
I do indeed.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw in a question. So, I mean, you guys, the three of you, obviously, you've been streaming for a little while, and you've got a little bit of a community for each of yourselves. I mean, what do you feel as though if someone was going to get started in streaming, how would you? What advice would you give them to get a bit of traction in terms of setting their channel apart and trying to build on their content? Ali, do you want to go first?
Just thinking. Look, I would say just do it. Like, the only person holding yourself back is yourself, so just do it. It does help if you have at least, I mean, I started off streaming on a laptop with like one monitor and a blue snowball, because you know what, why not? And I don't even remember the camera, it was probably bad. But yeah, I think if you want to do it, just do it and have fun with it.
Peach?
I think there's a viewership for everyone, so if you want to do it, you should. Don't let looking stupid hold you back. You'll be alright.
I'm gonna get a lot of the same answers.
And I feel also it's teamwork. So your community, your mod, and be yourself and have fun.
So I started with Overwatch, and basically just started with my friends. So the way I kind of got affiliate really quickly was I just Q5 stacked with my friends, and then they would just chat. So I think the biggest thing when you're starting out is don't take it too seriously, number one, and just have fun. Focus on friends and building a community, because really at the end of the day, Twitch is just community. That's the biggest selling point to Twitch, or being a live streamer in general. If we didn't want community, we'd be making videos and not really interacting with people. So it's all about making friends, making community. So just get a bunch of friends together and
Your mom,
be silly.
your dad.
Yeah, get your mom and your dad involved.
Your brother.
Whatever. It'll be cute. It'll be amazing. I love it when parents are involved in streams. Honestly.
Hi, Peach's mum.
Peach, you mentioned don't be afraid to look silly. Do you find that the embarrassing moments are often the ones that people are drawn to the most?
Most certainly, they are. They're the ones that
And streamer pain. Not to put that out
they
there.
love seeing you in pain. So be prepared.
I mean, what's my biggest viewed clip? It's me spilling oil all over the floor. I don't think I've done anything as embarrassing as that, I think. Okay, there probably is, but you know, that's my most viewed clip, so yeah.
So what we're saying is Twitch viewers are sadists and want to see.
Yes.
Yes.
We got any other questions from the audience? Anything for the panel?
Got two over
We
here.
got two over here. Okay.
Hi.
DJ.
I was just curious to know whether or not you ever find it challenging in terms of picking a game between a game that you know is going to be more successful when it comes to streaming, or a game that you personally love more.
I like that question. I think it's something that you all kind of go through when you are a Twitch streamer. You're like, oh, would I get more viewers if I did this? I think at the end of the day, what shows through is if you're having fun and actually enjoying yourself. It comes across as a lot more honest, and people are going to stay for the honesty. And you know, if you're having fun, they're going to see that. So I personally tend to do crap that I like to do rather than something that I would find boring. But I think you'll probably get a similar answer, but I'll hand it over to you guys.
So, as I said earlier, Overwatch was my main game for the last 5 years, and I can't play Overwatch only anymore because it's not as fun. But you know, the question about whether or not to play something that's more successful on Twitch versus something that's not, I would argue that basically any game can be probably successful, because even if you're going for like a really big popular game like Valorant and stuff, you're competing against so many other people out there, so you're going to be like right at the bottom. So in terms of being successful, you don't necessarily need to go to the highest viewed game. You can go to a small game that you enjoy, a little niche. People talk about all the time finding your niche, and so you can just play a niche game and build up your audience that way. Though you will unfortunately lose some of your viewership when you switch games, if you eventually do want to switch games. That's just unfortunately how it is. But I've been switching games constantly. I've been variety my entire life because I can't stay still. I can't play still. I can't play the same game constantly. So I'm kind of got that base now. People who come in for my personality, no matter what the game is. So I don't think it's really necessarily based on the game, but there is some like aspects to consider there. If that, I don't know.
No, I agree with that. I also cannot just play the one game anymore. I used to.
When I first started out saying.
They say variety is the spice of life. So that is why I play variety games. Even if they're not popular.
Yeah, even if you're not popular.
Is it? So you both started out playing one game. Was that important to building that audience first?
I would say a little
Yeah.
bit, just a tiny bit, like, because then it's consistency, and consistency is key.
Yeah, consistency. And I did lose viewers now that I do play other games, because some were just there for the one game. So that's okay.
We had another question down here.
Thanks very much for coming out, guys. Really appreciate your time. I'm a baby streamer compared to you guys. So the question I've got is, my community sort of says I've hit a wall where it's sort of stalled, if you know what I mean. When did you guys feel like you've got over that wall and that you got past that stall?
TikTok.
I still feel small. Sorry, what was your Twitch?
I still feel small too, yeah.
Sorry, what was your Twitch?
10th AU.
10th
10th AU.
10th AU?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just got another follower, I think.
Do you want me to?
Oh.
Okay. So I hit a few walls because, as you know, your viewership is not linear, right? So The first time I kind of grew a fair bit was COVID, just happened naturally. And then beginning of this year, I started doing YouTube Shorts and everything like that. And I did notice I went like 20 viewers average more higher, pretty like straight away basically, which is really good. And then I kind of have stopped doing YouTube Shorts and now it's gone back down. So whoops. So if you do want to have like a bit of growth, unfortunately, you have to kind of diverge a little bit and go outside. So that's my biggest tip to grow. But my bigger tip is just have fun, because if you're not having fun, it'll show.
So I think I'm just going to add to what Ricey just said. So people aren't going to find your channel unless you go hunting outside of Twitch to draw people to that channel. So by creating content on other platforms, what it does, it draws people back to whatever if Twitch is your main platform. I say this, I've got like 400 followers, so don't take my advice, listen to these ladies. But I agree with what Ricey was saying, I just wanted to add to that. What about Ali, what about you?
What do you play?
Overwatch.
Oh, let's go!
Oh, Overwatch.
That's what I put on my YouTube Shorts. It was just Overwatch content basically, and yeah, that actually helped a lot. Also, work with drops. Overwatch drops are insane. So those are the two things you can definitely use. But yeah.
Any other audience questions? We got one right down the front. Hyper, how are you? Just quickly, I just want to point out, so the Twitch Adelaide community meetups, the bloke that's about to ask the question, he was the founder and the bloke who started it all, so if anyone wants any credit here, it's this bloke here.
You can't really give me credit for that. So around community moderation, obviously there needs to be a lot of trust involved when you're selecting your moderators. What is the criteria that you guys go through when you're selecting your mods, and who do you trust?
Peach, let's start with you.
If you can get along with your mods and they can vibe, they feel the vibe of the room. That's how I decided. I don't have a process.
A bit of a balls to the wall kind of girl. I didn't have mods for a very long time, and then because I just personally didn't need them. I can do it myself. And then you get a few hundred more viewers, and then things happen, and I sit in followers only chat is my good mod, the best mod for me. Yeah, that's
strong independent streamer.
Yeah.
Ricey, what about you?
So moderators, I kind of just winged it, I guess. I only really mod somebody when I feel the need, and like honestly, a lot of the times I can probably just do it myself half the time, because it's just annoying when I have auto mod in my chat, so if somebody says something somewhat naughty, it'll get picked up, and then the annoying thing is alt-tabbing and allowing it through. But basically, someone who's regular, someone who has the correct vibes of the vibes with you, vibes with the rest of the chat. So I have a moderator who's really mean and tells a lot of dad jokes and is a very big bully. But unfortunately, that's the vibe of my chat. It's that guy, that guy standing right there. So he's a big bully. But unfortunately, he has a mod. He bullies you too? How about we make a strike and unmod him in our chat? So no, he's a decent guy though, and generally yes, the correct vibes I think is really important, but also knowing what's right and wrong. So knowing when too far is too far, because a lot of people, you might vibe with them, but they don't know like your personal boundaries. So when I find someone who knows my personal boundaries, that's like a good thing, but also someone who understands that my personal boundary might be different to their personal boundary. So maybe mine's further away, maybe mine's closer, and being okay with working with someone who has a different boundary to you.
I think we've got time, Chaos, the serial pest over here. We've got time for a couple more questions. So if we've got one we've got one right down here. So we've got time for maybe one or two more questions after this.
It's kind of a two-parter. How far ahead do you guys look and plan for, especially because the gaming industry, up and down constantly, how far do you guys play or look ahead to, okay, I'm going to play this game in this month and this game in this month? How far ahead do you guys look?
I usually do a week because
So There was a game that came out, and I was like, wait, it comes out this week? And I emailed the people, and I was like, yo, can I get a free key? And they're like, sure. And it was literally that week. I think it was Final Fantasy 16, and so that one was kind of. I thought it was doing it so well in advance. I thought it was coming out like in 3 months' time, but no, it was like that week. But on the other hand, like I'm trying to get in on what was the other game I said? Starfield. So that one I'm planning in a few months in time, but also because consistency is key. At the same time, it's usually better and kind of fun still because I do enjoy the games. So play my more normal games. So I'm not quite there yet to just hop on a new game and just play that every single time. But when a new game comes out, I'll give it a go. I'll try it for a little bit because it's fun.
Ali, do you prep your how do you prep your body painting ideas?
Sometimes I wake up and go, what should I paint tonight in 30 minutes? Other times I plan like a week, maybe with like, I'll just chat to my community and be like, yo, what should we paint next week? You know, chuck it in the Discord, let's have a chat. Yeah.
Do you keep up on like new game release and new movie release to try and think of something in?
Yeah.
Just a week in advance still
I'm
though?
looking forward to the new Mortal Kombat, but I've just finished like 6 Mortal Kombat paints, so I'll repost them. Might paint something then.
Are you painting tonight?
What day is it? No, I'm painting on Monday. I think I might start WoW on Monday. Paints. I'd never play that game. I'm not coordinated enough.
I think we've got time for one more question.
Just say the second part.
Sorry, second part. Sorry.
Oh, come on. In the lulls you get in the gaming industry, do you guys just go back to the old faithful, which is pretty much for most people PUBG, because yay. Yeah, I know how good. Yeah, do you just go back to the old faithful, or do you just try to like throw a curveball in trying to get that hype back?
I go back to the old faithful because I get more views, and that way, honestly, like if it comes down to it, like I could play a complete random game, but if I'm not super excited for number one, and number two, my audience isn't super excited for it, like no one's gonna have as much fun. So basically, I just go back to something I want to do, I want to play. Yeah, it's basically me.
I'm the same too. So I might schedule a game, say Rainbow Six Siege, but if I'm on a losing streak, I will switch the game.
I don't have an old faithful. Okay. Not really.
All right, I think we've got time for one more question. Oh, come on. Someone's going to give us one more question. We've done so well. There's one right in the middle there.
Hi girls, I'm not on Twitch or anything, but thanks for sharing your story today. It's really interesting to me. I'd like to know, what is your retro game that you first played that holds a special place in your heart today?
Are we talking favourite of all time, like your favourite game of all time?
The first game that you played that you still love today and you have nice memories of.
That's a great question.
I got one.
It might be for my like sort of generation specifically, but I played Pot Pot, Freddy Fish, Pajama Sam, Spy Fox, let's go, yep. So they hold a special place in my heart. I have even played it once before my stream again because why not? But yeah, those ones. But I don't know if you call them retro. Would you call them retro? Yep. They're over 20 years old now, so.
I just remember playing with my little cousins when I was really young, and I'm a bit of a boomer now, so we used to play. I am actually 35. So
Stop.
Yeah. But I used to play. Well, we played the Jungle Book on Sega. They had Aladdin, so they were very old games. Yeah.
I was a Nintendo 64 gal, so Diddy Kong Racing and Pod Racers, and Castlevania, but definitely Diddy Kong Racing. That was my jam. Yeah.
All right, I think where's Chaos? Oh, there. Sorting it out. All right. Well, I think our time is almost up. So, ladies, can you please tell us where we can find you, or where are you most prominent? Tell the audience where they can drop you a follow. Let's start at that end first.
twitch.tv/profoundrice. And there's Twitter as well, twitter.com/profound_rice. Just Google profound rice, yeah.
Mine's a bit of a play along word.
Peach, where can we find you?
Twitch.tv Peachkachu. Sounds like Pikachu, but with a peach. Yeah.
Ali?
Always Ali. And that's across all socials.
You can also find Adelaide Community Meetups. We are Twitch Adelaide on Twitter, we're twitch.adelaide on Instagram, and we have a Discord that you should absolutely join if you want to find out all the amazing things first. You can also chat directly with people like these ladies here and some of the other amazing people in the crowd, and a lot of other amazing people who aren't even here. So jump in the Discord, follow us on Twitter, find out about some events we've got coming up, which I'm just... I thought you were about to take a shot of hot sauce.
I want her to. Can you just say one swear word and just do it?
I'll do it without swearing, because I'm nice.
So we've got a couple of cool things coming up in the month of August. We've got a charity stream throughout August. South Australia, the Adelaide Community Meetups. We're playing against other states, WA, Queensland, and
We're gonna win.
Maybe New South Wales. So we're fighting for Starlight Game Changers and state pride. So jump on our Twitch Adelaide Twitch channel, or the channel of some of the people who are participating in that. And then at the very start of September, we're doing a big picture gaming. We're hiring at a cinema, and we're going to play, I don't know, something Mario Kart, something cool on a huge screen, and we'll have tickets available for that. And we've got meetups planned for the rest of the year and into early next year. So follow us, find out when we're doing it, and come and meet and socialise with some of the awesome Twitch streamers in Adelaide. I just want to say thank you so much to our panellists. They've been absolutely amazing, and thank you to all of you for coming out and asking questions and listening to us talk. Now, I think we've got if you've asked a question and or if you'd like to come and chat to Chaos, he might have something cool for you for participating. So thank you again. Thank you. Appreciate you guys, and hopefully we'll see you next year.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You want to do hot sauce? Go on, Ali.
Hot sauce,
me?
hot sauce.
No. That's a hot sauce.
Yeah, I can do it.